Hey guys, it's Danny. Now, ever since my family and I moved to New Jersey about a year and a half ago, the pizza struggle has been real. There is pizza at every party. There's pizza at playdates. People like ordering pizza on a Friday night. My friends love pizza. My mom loves pizza. My kids love pizza. I mean, pizza is the Jersey way. So I've been trying to come up with a clean and delicious pizza recipe that I could share with you guys, but I have not had any luck until now. For this quick bite, I'm showing you how to make a clean and delicious cauliflower crust pizza that you can hold in your hand and will not fall apart. So the first thing I'm gonna do is rice my cauliflower. I have a nice big head of cauliflower that I've rinsed under some cold water, and then I cut it up into chunks, and I'm gonna pop that in my food processor and pulse it a few times until I have a nice fine rice-like texture. I'm gonna have to work in batches, but I'm gonna keep on going until I have 4 cups of the cauliflower rice. So I've got a couple inches of water boiling in a large pot here. I'm gonna add in the cauliflower rice and then let that cook for 5 minutes until it's nice and tender. Then strain it in a fine mesh strainer. Now, the next step is crucial for making a cauliflower crust that holds together. Once your cauliflower is cool enough to handle, you're gonna take it and plop it right into the center of a clean dish towel. Pull up all the sides, and then you're just gonna wring it and squeeze out as much of the water as possible. And then once you've got it all out, squeeze just a little bit more, because the drier the cauliflower, the more successful the crust is gonna be. Okay, so this is when I like to preheat my oven as well. So I just preheated it to 400 degrees. And once you've got your cauliflower all cooked and strained and then squeezed dry, you're gonna transfer it to a nice big bowl. And then to that, I'm gonna add 1 beaten egg, 1/3 of a cup of softened goat cheese, a 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder for flavor, and a 1/2 teaspoon of Italian seasoning, and then a pinch of kosher salt. Then I'm just gonna grab my spatula and mix this and work it until it's all really well incorporated. Okay, so once I have it all really well incorporated, what I like to do is just form it into a loose ball right in the center of the bowl, and you'll see that it holds together, kind of sticks to itself. And then just transfer it onto a rimmed baking sheet that I have lined with a Silpat mat. Now, I personally love these Silpat mats because you buy them one time and they're reusable, so you don't have to keep rebuying it, and it's less waste at the end of the day. But if you don't have one of these, you could certainly use some parchment paper. Once you've got your dough on your baking sheet, now what I like to do is just use my hands to form it into a nice big rectangle. You could certainly do a circle if you want your pizza to be in a circle, but I like working with the rectangle because it's a little easier for me. Okay, you want it to be about 1/4 to 1/3 inch thick, and don't forget to make the sides just a little bit higher so you get that pizza crust effect. Now, if you've ever worked with traditional pizza dough before, you will quickly notice that this is very different. It's a little bit more wet and sticky, but it totally works, and it's actually very easy to work with. Okay, so once you've got the pizza crust all set up and formed into the shape you want, you're gonna pop it into that 400-degree oven for 30 minutes or until it's set up and it's a nice light golden brown. Okay guys, so this is what you want your pizza to look like once it's done cooking. You can see that it's all set up and then it's got a nice light golden brown color. Unfortunately, if you look in the corners of the top here on mine, I went a little bit thin, so I got these little baby holes in there. So that's just a good thing to note. You want to make sure that you don't go too thin with the crust, but also notice that if you do, it's not a big deal. You just learn as you go, you keep moving forward, the pizza's still gonna taste delicious. Now, technically speaking from here, you could pick your favorite pizza toppings, wrap this up and put it in the freezer, and then you would have this amazingly delicious cauliflower crust pizza the next time you need dinner on the fly. But I want to show you how to finish this off so we can eat it right now. Now, technically, you could top this with any of your favorite pizza toppings. So you could do a margarita pizza, you could do a white pizza, a mushroom pizza, whatever excites you. But just to demonstrate this to you guys, I'm just gonna stick with the classics, a very basic cheese pizza. So I've got about a half a cup of pizza sauce, like a marinara sauce, that I'm gonna top and spread right over the top of the pizza crust. And then to finish it, I've got some shredded mozzarella cheese. And again, sprinkle it right over the sauce. It's a little bit more than a half a cup of cheese. Then I'm just gonna pop this back into the oven for another 10 minutes or until the toppings are warm and the cheese is nice and hot and gooey and melted. Now, when it's hot, it's still a little bit delicate, so you wanna let it cool. And then what you're gonna notice is that it is totally, you're able to hold it in your hands just like regular pizza. And honestly, guys, I went a little bit thin on mine. I prefer it a little bit thicker. I usually make it a little bit thicker. So you wanna stay in that 1/4 to 1/3 inch thickness. But you can see, even though mine is super thin, it is still super durable. It's like a regular piece of pizza. Guys, I'm gonna tell you the thing that is the most striking to me about this pizza is that the crust still, it takes on a bread-like taste and texture. And with all the seasonings we put on it, it tastes like a classic pizzeria pizza pie. You have got to try this one. If you want to print this, head on over to cleananddelicious.com where you can print this and all my recipes. And if you want a little bit of clean and delicious inspiration throughout your week, make sure to go ahead and follow me on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram, I'm on Pinterest, and I am on Google+. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'm Danny Spees, and I will see you next time with some more clean and deliciousness. Cheers. I like the crust because it's a little bit thicker. There's pizza at Playdates from the top. First thing that I'm gonna do, from the top, ready? So the first thing I'm gonna do, from the top. Then I'm gonna keep on going until I have, from the top, the secret to cauliflower crust pizza that doesn't fall apart. From the top.